Get great talent. Just make sure they have an injury history. This way you look super smart.
All right, guys, I want to continue my week of thankfulness. Thanksgiving's coming around the corner, like tomorrow or 2 days, whatever. I love Thanksgiving. I love to eat. There isn't always a lot to be thankful for with our Dolphins, but in our lives, there is a lot to be thankful for. But today, I want to focus on being thankful for something Miami Dolphins, and that is thankful. Chris Grier is gone. Whatever comes in the future, whether we get geniuses, the guys we've got now, or even dummies to lead this team, it will be better than Chris Grier. And we got to be thankful for that. And the reason I'm covering that is because we got news that James Daniels might not play this season. So we got 3 snaps from him, and he might not even show up at all. And that's thankful to Chris Grier.
This is the same master plan that got us to 2 playoff appearances and almost to a 3rd. Think about that. Never, ever mess with a good thing.
You know, getting injured players has always been a model of Chris Grier. One he almost never hits on. So he's gone, and we're probably not going to go with that model, prayerfully. But Daniels is going to be out. I want to cover the impact of that. Jackson's coming in. I want to cover the impact of that. But before I get into that, I want you guys to understand, and it's part of this thankfulness, that Chris Grier is gone because he's terrible. A lot of people for many years said, he's great, he's awesome. He's terrible. We are probably not going to get somebody that annoying to stand in front of the camera conferences and just, make you want to rip your face off, or a guy who's going to be this bad. But whatever we get going forward, it might not be, even if it's very good talent, get to a Super Bowl. I'm going to show you a list. There's over a third of the team that's never either won a Super Bowl or been to a Super Bowl. But the thing is, the thankfulness is no Chris Grier. Had to put my little cartoon at the beginning to make fun of him. I love those cartoons. I think I'm going to start doing them again. But this is a core thing that it's hard being a Dolphins fan. It's hard to find good stuff. But this is something that we should be very happy about. So let's get into the offensive line aspect, the non-appearance of Daniels, and the insertion of Jackson. So here's just a little graphic, quickly. Teams that have never won a Super Bowl. That's a lot of teams. The Lions, Browns, Texans, Cardinals, Jaguars, Titans, Chargers, Falcons, Vikings, Bengals, and I know a lot of you people are going to be happy, the Bills. So there's a lot of teams here that have never won a Super Bowl. And you have to understand the chances of us getting a Super Bowl crew in here is not a great shot. You get good teams like Patriots and KC that win multiple Super Bowls. It's very difficult. So we've got to kind of find our joy, and at least it's going to be coherent. And a big piece of the puzzle I've been fighting and to talk about and to explain and to get fans to believe is that Chris Grier is so bad, was so bad. And him just being gone is addition by subtraction, squared by multiplication. Now, just understand, I wasn't a huge Daniels fan. I said, I get if he's healthy, but he's not as good as everyone says. But he'd surely be an upgrade over Eichenberg. But here, look at James Daniels' injury history. Torn pec. That's what we got this year, 11 games. Achilles tear, 14 games. And a pectoral injury. This game, he's played 1 game. It says missed 1 game, but he played 1 game. This was an insane roll of the dice. And we spent $24 million on him. And even if we cut him next year, it's going to be $5 million. A real coherent GM, even, not the best, would never have gone for this along with the rest. Just think about it. Daniels is out. Eichenberg, we signed for $3 million or $2 million, He's never even played a snap. He's out all season. And then we got Jackson coming back. And look at his injury history. 222, 13 games ankle. Knee meniscus, 24, 8 games. And then 25, he's missed 10 games, toe and leg. And I think there might be a few extra in there. We have banged, thanks to Chris Grier, on injured players constantly and bet on them big, and it's flopped. The fact that he's out, this should not be the model going forward. I doubt it's the model going forward, and it's a huge addition here. Now, Daniels being out, if he had been healthy, he certainly would have helped us. It's hard to say because when you watched him play post Achilles tear, he wasn't so hot. I was figuring maybe get back into form after the Achilles healed. But if he had been fully healthy, he definitely would have been an upgrade. But we got Jackson coming in, and people are like, well, we got Jackson coming back. He's way better than Borum, and that's going to help. And I want to show you a graphic here that it really isn't. Jackson's no good. Jackson is no good. And people will say, Borum sucks, and Jackson had a great year, one really good year in 2023, and so that will be an upgrade. Well, I don't want to be unthankful that he's coming back, but I want to be realistic because I am thankful for Grier being gone, but I want to be realistic with you because that's a load of hogwash in my opinion. He didn't have a good season. If he had a good season in 23, then look at this here, and then I guess Borum's having a good season too. Right here, Jackson versus Borum. Jackson's good year, 1,000 snaps, 5 sacks, 26 pressures, 9 penalties. Borum, 2025, 600 snaps, over 50%, 2 sacks allowed, 15 pressures, and 5 penalties. That's playing out to be almost exactly the same as Jackson in 2023. So if Jackson had a good year in 23, then I guess Borum does too. Borum's had a good year. Why are we moving him out? Now they asked him, is Borum going to move a guard? And it's something they haven't discussed. I don't know why. I think he'd be a better guard than a tackle. We got Strange there, who's not that good. Why is Jackson and Borum similar? Are they equal talents? I don't know. Borum's better at moving guys at the inside zone. He's not as mobile as Jackson. But their play, roughly speaking, is about the same, subpar. Or these numbers wouldn't look like that. Why is Borum having a similar season to Jackson when he supposedly had a good season? And why are all these offensive line getting a bolster in their talents? Is because we throw fast, the way we do things. Now, that's good news because you can get guys like Borum and Jackson that can be somewhat palatable. But that's not this framework is not the best framework for an offense. Whether you say it's because of Tua, he can't or he can or whatever. This quick throw mandatory offense and style we run is very limited. So, yeah, Jackson's coming back. Daniels isn't. Eichenberg isn't. That's good news. But if we get an average GM, he'll find better offensive linemen that we won't have to be stuck in this format. Hopefully, I don't think there'll be as many injury-prone guys and guys we bank on with injury-prone histories. And we might see, whether it's Tua or somebody else, a legitimate offense. This is not a legitimate offense. You have to understand that. Yeah, we've seen success over the last couple of weeks. And I see someone saying we have the 11th best offensive line in football. That is ridiculous, guys. It's so ridiculous. You can look at our run game. We got stuffed by the Ravens, who aren't a good run defense, but they're big. So we ran on Atlanta, which is like the 20th or less and small. Bills, who are 30th, small. And then we just had our last game against Washington, who are small and struggle against a run defense. And so it's not, this is not a good enough offense, and it's because of the offensive line. It's because of Chris Grier's ineptness. I think Paul is. I think Brewer to a lesser degree. But we do so much to lift this offensive line. We've gone against pretty easy run defenses, and we've gotten the ball moving, but it's not because we're that good. It's because Achane's unbelievable. He can take small areas and get through them quick, but we've gone against lesser competition. And this is because of Grier.
You sound like those dumb fans who are always concerned about the offensive line.
Didn't that get you Aikenberg back?
Yeah, Chris, you're so good to me like that.
And it's because the guys before him. We got rid of Engroff and the other guy who've had a long-term philosophy about offensive linemen that haven't been a good one. And so the thing we got to be thankful for, it's not Jackson returning. It's Grier's gone. And I have to believe Champ Kelly or whoever is going to have a stronger model. Might not be great, but a stronger model for this offensive line to get this team going in the future. I think we're going to struggle against teams like New England running the football, especially up there. They're a top 5 run defense. I think we could see ourselves struggling against the Steelers in that cold weather. We're going to struggle against Tampa, although without Mayfield, we might win the game. But it's all about matchups. Jackson isn't a great player. If he is, Borum is. But in the end, no matter what, be thankful that Grier is gone. Even if Ross is still doing his thing. Even if he's bringing in Garfunkel and Shore to help run the team. This will be better for us going forward. Great, I don't know. We got to see. But be thankful he's gone. And be clear about Jackson and this offensive line. And let's hope for something great, but it will be better. That's what I'm trying to express here. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm trying to express that there is a brighter future no matter what. The difference between having Grier leading your team and not is oceans of difference. And that certainly will raise the floor and maybe the ceiling a little bit. So that's what I would think we should be thankful for and clear on. Hope you enjoyed. Curtis saying, be well, go Fins. Curtis out. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.